stream. Stream is going to start in about 5 minutes. I'm going to wait for some more people to pop on, and then we'll get started. I think it's time that we start this. So I am going to get rid of this thing here. Gonna open this guy up and wait for it. New camera angle. I'm gonna put the chat thingy. Give me 1 second. I need to reauthorize the plugin. Just be 1 second. Alright, now let's get this guy right here, this one. Chat, there we go! Hey look, now we're actually live. So, as you could read by the title, in addition to the video that was premiered on Thursday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, yeah. So in addition to that, we're putting together the Prusa MMU V1 to V2 upgrade. Now, that is the multi-material. That's what I refer to when I say the MMU, multi-material upgrade. Now, this is for the Mark 2.5, not the one for the Mark 3. So, looking good there. This is looking good. And I have the instruction manual right in front of me. Now, you're probably wondering where the printers are. They're behind me. This is a CR10 right here. That video is coming out on Thursday. premiering at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now, we have to get the stuff out of the box, because at the end of the video, I repackaged it. So I'm going to tilt you guys down to a good level. Up there, let's say. There. Alright. So, you're going to hear my voice, and of course, as usual, we are going to also be time-lapsing this. Hello, Justin 3D. Now, I'm going to shrink the chat window a tiny bit. Right there. And I'm going to still make the height fine. Layout. Where's height? Alright. Hello, Justin 3D. 3D. Can't say things. I gotta set up the time lapse. So the camera's already set up. I just gotta get it started. Make sure there's no miscellaneous files on there that I still need. We'll erase the SD card, and then we'll get going. Connect to the GoPro. GoPro. Let go, GoPro. Alright, I gotta reboot this thing. Alright. Okay. So feel free to ask any questions while we are streaming. This is open discussion. Any questions, try to keep it to 3D printing wise and no politics. But that's really it. But today we have the MMU V1 to V2 upgrade. I have the box over here. It's like off camera. And once this, there it is. The Wi-Fi network comes up, I can connect to the GoPro, and I can go into its settings. Just give me another minute, and we will get started here. Okay. And time lapse, and there's 2,005. There's 10,000 files on here. So there's videos, and this video has already been created because hey, it's the video that's published right now. Delete all files. Formatting the SD card. And we will get started. Okay. So 12,451 pictures available. I don't know how long this is going to take me. I'm going to set it to take a photo every 5 seconds. And this looks good. Let's get started. So I'm putting my phone away. So let's unpack this once again. 3D printing handbook. This is for later. No gummy bears. You don't need this yet. You don't need this yet. Put these over here. This is for the end. And this will be later. All we need is motors and printed parts and other fasteners. So this is for the spool holders. We need this bag. We need this bag. This is for later. This is spares. This is for later. More spool holder. Of course, it's the very last one. Idler body. Here we go. So it's this, and this. This goes in here. This goes in here. This can go in here too. This in here. And let's put these in here too. And we're going to need one motor. Keeping this table neat, we're going to need just one plain motor. This is the idler. Okay, So let's get the screws out of this bag here. Okay. And let's dump all of these on the table here. And here's that motor. And the printed parts. Let's open this bag up. Pour out. Good printed parts. Nice. Okay. Put that to the side. Put that there. And we also need our pliers. Phillips head screwdriver. We have a small little wrench and some Allen keys. So let's get this. I got the assembly guide on my Mac right here. Got some Allen keys here. Alright, let's see what we got. No, you need 6 bearings, but only 5 shafts. Alright. Warning, read the instructions carefully. After you insert the bearings, it'll be very difficult. Okay. Take the first bearing and place it in the middle slot. In the middle in the idler. Insert the shaft as in the picture. So it goes in through here. And then we take this Allen key here. I want to break this. A. Alright, so that's in there. Take the second bearing, and we're doing this one here. Make sure that is all the way in there as far as it can go. Yeah. Okay. Second bearing. Second shaft. Did you do a live stream upgrading? Yes, I did do the 2.5. It was, I want to say it was back in November. No, it was probably back in, like, October. Maybe September, actually. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I know I did do a live stream of it, though. It is there somewhere. The archive is somewhere on the channel. It wasn't before. Hola, ya here, Mexico. That works. There we go. Okay, there. All strand freely. We're good there. Turn the idler around and continue with the bearing assembly. So we're doing this one here. This, technically it's the second one. I'm calling it the fourth one. Alright, so that's in there. This one doesn't spin as loosely. It's fine, as long as it... So this is freely, it moves. Doesn't move like a fidget spinner, but it moves. And last but not least, the last one. Or the first one, whatever you want to call it. Can you make a 3D printer from scratch? I'm going to mean. So from scratch, or are you just telling me to make a 3D printer from scratch? Because I don't do, because I'm not the best at sourcing my own parts for that, really, so. I don't want to make a 3D printer from scratch. I probably never will. There we go. Yeah, those can rotate freely. That sounds good. Alright. Insert two square nuts into here. Let's use a tiny Allen key to push these down. 2 square nuts. In here. And grab 2 M3 screws and gently tighten them in there. So I like to use the ballpoint ended one. It says just lightly screw them in. Okay. It's in there. Idler center bearing. Take the remaining bearing and slide it into the center of the idler. It's very difficult for me. Well, I'd say it's flush because it won't go in anymore, so. Final check. All 5 bearings rotate freely. The 6th bearing is aligned with the surface of the part. Sure. Let's say that. The screws are just slightly tightened. Now they are. Alright, so we need this printed part here. For the following steps, pre-prepare this, this, and this. Take the M3 square nuts. Place one right here. Baby Allen key. Goodbye here. Okay, so there's this one in here. And alright. There and there. Insert the idler body into the opening. So like this, yes. Correct the window. Okay, cool. slide two M3x10s in. Tighten them slightly. Yeah, that's slight. And then this one. Slightly. Also slightly attached. Alright, tighten that one slightly. And we tighten this one slightly. Make sure the motor is seated properly. I say it is. And we tighten. Alright, so tighten on diagonal. So we'll do this one next. Then we'll do this one here. And then we'll do this one last. Okay. Extruder motor assembly. Insert the shaft, the last one, into here. Ensure the bearing, okay, make sure the shaft and align it with the surface. Let's get parts easy. Yeah, crap. I'd say that's fine. Alright, moving on to the next one. Is there a problem that I have an extra screw? Yes, it is. Okay. This extra screw goes right here. Right. Screw in the screw is a safety. I don't really think I need a safety, but whatever. I'll screw it in. How hard I had to force that freaking bearing in. I probably don't need a safety, but still put it in anyway. How far should I screw in said safety screw? Should be fine, right? It's below the idler shaft. It's not coming out. Just screw it down a little bit more. I feel like it's going to bottom out at one point, like right there. Alright. Cool. There's that. Okay. I'd say it moves smoothly. Pulley body. That was fast. Pulley body. Pulley body. That. A lot of printed parts. This one here. And I think I need both motors for this. Let's see if the coupler's in here. Yeah, I need both. So we need our fancy Selector motor and the other extruder motor. I am going to go to the bathroom because, well, I just came back from the gym. I was at the gym and I drank about 48 ounces of water. So I'm kinda in 45 minutes. So I'll just be right back. Alright, I'm back. That was fast. Let's do some pulley body. So I'm going to put the motors over here, and I'm going to dump all of this right out onto the table. What is this? The razor blade. Fun. We got a tiny little pinda, some miscellaneous PTFE, and a whole bag of goodies. Metal goodies. Tiny ball bearing. That is for the Finda. The Finda probe. That is for the turning thing. Printed parts. Tiny ball bearing. You're annoying. Alright. I'm gonna just pop it in now. Alright, we'll leave it there. Cool beans. So we have a body. So let's get started. We got to put some nuts in. So we need 4 square nuts go right in the front here. And I'm going to need to push these in. Anything. Tiny pliers. No tiny pliers, a tiny Allen key. Alright, where's the baby Allen key? Here it is. So this goes all the way down in here. All of them go all the way down until, alright. Insert 3 nuts into this side here. So 1 here, here, and here. This one goes right here. This one goes right here. And I'm just going to use the pliers to get it perfectly in there. And then there's 2 that goes in on this side. This thing wasn't even supposed to ship yet. It was supposed to ship this week, next week. But it shipped early, so I'm happy. Okay, and then insert the last one right here. And just Allen key that one. Muy buena, all good there. Alright, so I'm going to need some filament. So here's some PETG. Just going to cut off a small little snippet of it. Cut it off like right here. And then let's make this end all nice and fancy. Let's straighten it out. Or at least try to. Okay. This is some Spanner Hands translucent red PETG, if you're wondering. There's some filament. We have 5 pulleys, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to need this guy. We're also going to need this guy. Okay. For those of you who are doing the MMU V1 to V2, follow along with me. So, now we need to put the coupler on. So, step is only valid for those who are doing yada yada. Okay. Insert bundled pliers to create a gap between the motor and the shaft coupler. Okay. Place the shaft coupler on the shaft. Okay, now we gotta rotate the lock screw. Make sure that there is one of the screws are tightening down onto the flat pad of the motor shaft. Alright, that's good there. Cool. Alright. Insert the shaft into the shaft coupler. Also, flat part you want against here. Now, if you get an MMU V2, this is integrated into one. There's no coupler. If you get the V1 to V2, there's a coupler. Alright, and it will just be like that in there. Alright. Okay, pulley motor assembly. First, make sure the motor cable is facing to the left. So, to the left. Maybe, like this. Like this. Slide the first pulley on the shaft. Tighten the lock screw just slightly, so we want it to touch. Still be a little bit movable. Okay. Okay. So I already did this backwards. So it's like this, and it's like this, and like this. And then this one like this. And then the last one on like this. Alright. Pulley motor assembly. Insert the bearing. Alright, we got that there. Okay. Woohoo, that's off. Okay. Slide 2 screws in here for this. Yeah. Alright, so just slightly tighten these in here. Alright, just slightly. Slightly. Make sure the motor is seated properly. I'd say so myself. Then we're going to do the 2 on the bottom. Alright, you gotta tighten this guy in here. Alright. So we're screwing in the motor. And then once this is in, we'll do this, and then we're adjusting some pulleys. Alright, so we tighten this one fully, so we tighten this one next. And let's do this one now. And then we're going to do this guy right here. Alright, so that is all on there. Alright. So where's that filament? Here it is. Alright, so now we gotta adjust these. So let's adjust the first, let's go backwards. Alright, it says, in case your filament is bent, make sure it is bent down. Okay. Alright, so that's the first one. Let's do the second one. Alright, so we got this one now. You want to make sure you're still tightening on that flat part of the shaft. And we are just moving along with these gears, just aligning them. Alright, so we got that, and now let's do this one. So this is just aligning pulleys, that's all it is. It's truly all it is. Alright, that looks good. I don't really like that one. That one looks good. That one looks good. That one looks perfect. So does this one. Which one's doing out? Like, I don't like 2 and 1. So we'll just undo these and redo those. Alright, I like that. Alright. So, okay, we need the MMU front PTFE holder. That's this. 5 PTFE tubes. Now the PTFE tube has one end, has two ends. One is chamfered, one is not. Okay, might be orange, mine are white. Insert the PTFE tubes in the body. Approximately half of the length should stick out. The chamfered end of the tube must be facing out. So that goes in here like this, with all of the chamfered ends facing out. Okay. Time is it? 11:50. That's not that bad. We're doing good. Okay, now we put this on. Which orientation? Like this. Bring it like this. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Alright, so we're just screwing this all together. Let's make sure we can still get everything through there good. Yep. 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 Do not like the alignment on that one. Alright, let's just make sure. Good. I like that one. Third one I don't like. I know I'm like being a little crazy with this adjustment of the pulleys, but truly if these aren't perfect, it's not going to work. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Let's just make sure the other front two are good. That's good. That's good. Alright. those are definitely all good. It's been confirmed now. Alright. Fender. Alright, let's get that little ball bearing out of here now. Okay. Insert 3 square nuts. So the first ones are right here. And the other one is right here. There's another one that goes right here. Okay. Then we're putting, where is this? It's on this side. It says take a long screw, take a regular nut. Okay. And then the last nut goes, oh wait, there's more. So there's one that goes in here. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3. We're putting 5, right? 1, 2, oh, 6. Okay. So then this one here goes in here. And I'm missing one, probably right here. Yeah. Alright, then here's the last square nut. Alright. Selector Finda assembly. So take these, rotate the sensor so it's like this, and slide these tubes in here. In case you don't push the tubes in, try first rotating the tubes while pushing them down. Alright, that's... Okay, where did this fall out of? Fell out right here. Okay, cool. Let's just push that in. Alright. Alright, I got the tubes in. Okay, we need the MMU selector front plate, a bunch of screws, okay, and these smooth rods. Nut is on the motor, take it off with the lead screw. Alright. Nut assembly. Take the nut, put it here. Make sure it fits in the indentation. There are 4 holes in the nut. You can use any of them. They are the same. Alright, so let's screw it in. That's not good. Alright, let's try this one more time. So I'm going to do this a different way that I usually do it. Alright, so we screw this on. Slide it all the way down here. unscrew it here just to make sure it gets fully seated. And put a screw through it. Now, so what you do is you get this, tightens here, and then you tighten it down until it stops, and that will put the screw where it is supposed to be. Right there. Alright. Okay, so now that screw is in the perfect placement. So now we can just screw this together. And now we just screw this one in. Voila, there it is, the selector piece there thing. Selector front plate assembly. So this front plate goes with this chamfer. There's like a little chamfer side. It is facing away from the, I think there's only one way it can go on to, so you know, it's facing this way. So it's flush on this side, and then there's the lip on the other side. So you want the right side to be, the right side with the nut to be flush. Did I explain that right? Yeah, okay. Sounds explained well. Alright. Next step, you will assemble the blade, but keeps the parts you have prepared soon. For part 14, we'll need them soon. Okay, so we need the blade holder, 2 screws, and a blade. So let's face this up. The blades are in a protective plastic thing, and I'm going to use the pliers to take one out. There's 2, just in case if one gets, say, dull or... Alright, so that goes there, and this will go right here. This is backwards. So I'm having the sharpened end stick out. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, that looks good. Should be like this. That looks perfect. That looks perfect compared to their photo. Cool. Now just be careful to not slice your finger off. Alright, before assembling the motor, we need to assemble the selector fenda part, whatever. Insert both, place the selector fenda as in the picture. Orientation doesn't matter at the moment. Alright, well I'm putting it like this anyway. Okay. Insert both shafts through the pulley body and into here. Alright, cool. This is not tight. Is that a problem? Please tell me there's like screws there, because that is not tight. Like this can move freely. I don't like that. Selector mode is away. Make sure the cable points up. Yeah, I can't go anywhere from there. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to loosely secure this. Yeah, there's no chance of me cutting myself now. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we got that there. Got this here. Alright, flip it over. And there's no screws on it. Oh, the other one's over here. Third one's right here. Alright, so we're going to just keep and this goes right here. Let's tighten her in. And we're going to tighten this one in here. Alright. Alright. So we're going to need a fenda sensor ball, M3x10 screw, and our fenda used as a fenda. push the ball into the selector. Carefully screw in the fin to probe. We recommend wrapping the cable like so to avoid damaging. Okay, so like just like this. You don't really need to screw it in. Carefully screw in the pin to probe. We recommend wrapping the cable. Oh, you mean like screw it in. I thought you meant like screw it because it has threads. Okay. Insert any 1.75mm filament. Alright, here's my PETG. Into the sensor. Okay. Cool. Start tightening the sensor. Let me loosen this a little bit. I might tighten it too much. Alright, that looks fine. I think it's fine. Feels fine. Alright, we need 2 of these, 2 shafts, 2 of these, and then we got these 2 long screws left. Alright, turn the pulley body without the motors towards you. We're going to need this I'm going with. Okay, turn the pulley body side with motors towards you. Alright, okay, so push this bearing in here. Alright, and then we put the other bearing in here on this side. Alright, so that goes here. Alright, so let's assemble the whole thing now. So it says rotate it onto the body, so like this. Going with? Yes, like this. Alright, so we got to take these little shaft things Insert those in. How far? Line it with the outer surface. Alright. Alright. So now there's probably a screw or something. Yep, screw's right here. Tighten the screw to the surface of the printed part. Alright. So this is going to give it just a tiny bit of overlap to prevent it from falling out. Alright, now we gotta do this side. Same thing, just screw it in. And is this it? Then we have to tension it. Alright. Then we go into electronics. And connect it to the printer. And we do firmware, calibration, and then we're done. A good timer, an hour and 15 minutes in. Alright. So now I can open and close it with no problems. Okay. Tensioning. So there's one spring here. Hey, you do it. Alright, and let's just clean this one out. Alright. So 2 springs. One here, one here. Screw this guy in to there. Screw this in here. So how far am I screwing these in is the question. Insert the springs into the holes. Insert screws with the springs in the holes. Slide the springs on the screws. Tighten the screws so it's slightly below the surface of the printed part. Slightly below, still on the surface. Yeah, that's slightly below in my opinion. That one's also slightly below. Got some spring action, good. Go a little bit further down than that one, so let's just unscrew it a tiny bit. Alright. She's looking good. For that spring. There it is. Alright, electronic parts. So we need the electronics bags. We need this. Let's get that over there. We need the electronics bag. Okay, the electronics. So let's see this board. Been wanting to open this thing for a while, but so here it is, the MMU control board. Pretty. Got some buttons there. And of course, it is Sheep Edition. Sheep Edition. Sheep Edition. Edition. Can't talk. Alright. So this part has to go on the printer. This little black piece thing has to go on the printer. So we got that, and we have this bag. And this bag contains some wires, some screws, some festos, the power leads if you were assembling this on a Mark III, but I'm not, so this can just go to the side forever because it will never be used. Oh, and a lot of zip ties. Cool. And some PTFE tube and the spiral wrap sleeve thing. Okay, so we got some screws here. Let's get these. Let's get these screws. Okay, so we need to insert 3 nuts. One here. Where's that? Why is that? Okay, I'm going to do this the way that I usually do these because I cannot get this in. So that requires you to put the nut in here, take a small screw and just thread it in. And then you tighten it in, and then it pulls the nut with it. And then it bottoms out, and you're unscrewing. These actually probably are the screws we're using to secure the board. These little M6 screws. Alright, so now we gotta do the last one. And then we get to attach the electronics. Alright, so we just gotta screw this one in, and that one's good there. Now the electronics go in. So let's open up this board. It's in like a little vacuum sealed thing. Okay, so these just poke out here. You want the connectors facing towards you and the buttons to poke through the holes. If I can get this in. There we go. Alright, and we're using the M6 screws to secure this. Alright, another M6 over here. I love how they supplied a Phillips head screwdriver, except you're only going to need that for the Mark III, which is great, but I don't have the Mark III, so... Well, this isn't going on the Mark III, but that's the only case you'd need, and technically the Mark III comes with a Phillips head, but... It's awesome. I love that they gave me a new pliers there. I like that. I always need new pliers. Boom, just like that. And this is going to end up going right... I don't know personally, probably right here. Well, it's going to be right here. No, it's going to be... It's going to be right here. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I think it's time to get the MK2.5 back over here because it's time for some electronic assembly. Maybe not yet. Alright. We gotta do this first. Okay. So now we gotta do some wiring. So I'm just gonna be a little hypocritical and just turn this. Okay, so prepare the MMU unit. So we need our signal cable, it's this cable right here. This cable. We're going to need our power cable. And this part goes into the printer. Alright, so first one, power cable. So let's take our signal cable, plug it in. So the signal cable doesn't matter. Alright, one of them has the connector. So that's this one. Signal cable, power cable, skip that one. Then it's FINDA. Okay, so FINDA. Then it's pulley motor cable, so that's this one here. Right, pulley motor. Yeah, so it's the one on the right here. Alright, pulley motor cable. Then it's the selector motor, so that's this guy here. And then this last long motor lead is the idler, no, the extruder motor. Yeah, so the idler. No, wait. This one has to be switched. That's the selector. This is the idler, also known as the extruder motor. And the selector is this one here, right? Yes. Yeah, the selector is the pulley motors. Okay. Now, the pulley is this one, the one with the long shaft. Okay. Got that right. Cable management. Okay. Prepare the MMU electronics as you see above. Alright, so let's flip this up. And then M3x18, so that's these. Okay, these are not 18s. These got to be like 10s or 12s. They're not long enough. These are 18s. Alright, so let's screw this one in. Alright, make sure the selector with the FINDA is all the way to the side as in the picture. Alright, all the way to the side, check. Sounds like stupid. Nothing screwing here, but I can't. let's try this again. Wire management, part 2. We start with the cable from the fin to probe. We will start from the fin to probe and counterclockwise. Note the arrows, okay? So, how much slack do they give it? Just enough so the cable points up. Looks like. Alright, so that's being joined with this guy right here. Alright, I like to use my side cutters for cutting the wires, zip tie ends, because I can get directly close with it. Alright. Doesn't matter, I can just take these wires and feed these through here. Okay. Carefully got the cable from the fin to probe and couple it with the selector motor. Use the first zip tie. Got it. So now we take this and this. And these are all going to get binded right about there. Alright, so this is right here. You don't want to tighten it too tight or else you could damage the cables. Alright, it's right there. Alright, so now we're taking this. Take the signal and power cable, the first 2 wires from the left, bundle them together and wrap them around this sleeve. Slide the sleeve towards the unit. Alright, so this is a very thin sleeve. So this textile sleeve right here is being wrapped around the wires. So we're going to just wrap the whole wires in this first. Because only these 2 wires are going from the unit to the printer. So this just gets wrapped around here if I can. Wrap it. Hey, no, you can stay at someone's house and roll. Alright, so it's just taking me a little bit. I am not the best with these textile sleeves. But we're just going to, just get the wires in there if I can. So we're just doing the textile sleeve. Yeah, the entire thing's over. Graybeard 3D. It's just wires now. Alright, so we're just going to move this up a little bit more. A very tiny textile sleeve that's also, which makes it very difficult because I can't open it much. This thing is so annoying. Crud, no, I undid some. This thing is so difficult. This darn textile sleeve. I'm almost done. Just the end. Just the end. Come on. Go around there. Alright. Done. Alright, now take the bundle from the motors and the fender, add the textile sleeve above it, and tighten using the third zip tie. So that's this, and this whole thing needs to be thread through this right here. Alright, so this, and this all get zip tied together right here. Alright, so now let's just join these all together here, join this here, join these here, and then, yeah, my Mark 2.5 together took me 3 hours just to do that. So I already have Mark 2.5, and now it's got this. What do we do with all these extra cables? Just like join them all together, just like place them there, because I can't just leave them hanging off. Alright, now using the left hand, take the cable from the extruder motor and pull it gently out of this. So I'm going to take this whole bundle here, bundle it up. And I'm going to zip tie that right to here. Yeah, I know it looks horrible. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to just take these and just zip tie. Ugh. I don't like it. I got all this. Should I just like... I was going to just... Okay, what if I did this? So I got all of this motor here. I'm just going to bundle it to this side here. Got all of this motor here. Just going to bundle it on this side, all right here. No, let's run it down, and then we'll like run it back like this, and then we'll run it down, and then back again, and then back again. Then we'll like bundle it right here. Yeah, exactly. That's sort of what I did here. Yeah, I probably should have done the zip tie with this. But okay. Okay, put that there. And we'll take this guy here and do the exact same thing. We'll do like this here. Bring it out to like around here. Pull this thing out, bring it over here. Bring that here. Twist this, bring it back here. And we'll leave it like that right there. Just gotta, we're gonna zip tie through here, underneath here, in here. Alright, and we're just going to also put this right here. Alright, does that look fine? Maybe? I don't know. Let's leave it at that. Looks fine. Fine enough to me. It's not going to be completely. Final PTFE tubes. So we got these here. Alright, I'm going to need the spare bag. I'm going to need one of the longer screws. So we're going to put this in here, and let's take a nut, and we're going to thread this down in here. And we got another one, we're going to put this down here. Yeah, it's definitely clear that they don't have instructions for. The instructions are. This is annoying. Alright, and last but not least, we got this one. PTFE tubes assembly. So, make sure the free end is pointing up. Alright. Oh, duh. Alright. A bunch of PTFE tubes in my face. Alright. Alright, so we're using M3x18s on this. Surprised Prusa isn't selling an assembled one of this. You know, people love their assembled versions so they don't have to put it together themselves. I don't buy the assembled versions of things because that takes away my fun. Ugh. Here we go.
Do you want some lunch?
Sure.
You want the leftover Chinese food?
No.
What?
No.
What do you want?
Anything else besides that?
You want the chicken,
What?
tacos, the chicken that we have?
No. Thought you were making a salad. What happened to that?
You want to clean up the refrigerator?
Great.
You want me to make you a salad?
No, just make me something. Oh, I don't know.
You want chili?
Sure.
It's okay that it has beans, right?
Yep. Stupid nut. I just have to take this back here. This is not working out well for me. Yes, got it. Got that one. Okay, now that I got that, and these tubes aren't going anywhere, I can just fully tighten this down. If you get the two corners in, it's not going to move after. So. Let's just get the other two in. So that one's in. Let's put this spare screw back. Trying to get the printer? Now we gotta put those things on still. The little holders. And apparently there are 2 new PTFE tubes for my printer. I'm just going to replace them anyway. It's going to be annoying, but whatever. Alright. So we got these 3 guys right here. 3, 5. So we got the 5 loading tubes, the whole unit, and we got the wires coming out here. I'm going to put one more zip tie right here. One here. I'm also going to put one through these cables and right here. That looks nicer. Alright, that's not that bad. Not half bad at all. Alright. So now we gotta do the last 2 things, which are little feet now. one foot. There's the other foot. There it is. Alright, so we don't want this to fall. Okay. So PTFE tube's facing towards me. We want these to be facing this way. Yes, alright. So I used the wrong screws at some point for something. So I only have 2 M3x12s. But if it's secured, it's fine, so. Yeah, no, they're not here. I used the wrong screw somewhere while I was doing this. Oh well. Okay. So I'll take 2 from here then. And 3x12s. So that's not a 12. Alright, so this one's an M3x12. And so is this one here. Alright, that thing. Alright, so now I need to put the screws back in the spare bag, and we need to grab the printer and swap out its PTFE tube for the new one. The MMU unit, I think it's the same one. These there. And place it. Alright, it looks like XSplit fixed itself there. It just rebooted the stream, and we're not dropping frames anymore. Should look good now. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to take this out. We'll secure the hot end wires. It should be fixed by now. Yeah, we're not dropping frames anymore. But I'll see you in the next one, Graybeard. So we need to snip this here. And snip that down there. Now we need to, okay. So here's the old tube, here's the new tube. They look exactly the same, but whatever. Okay, let's Is it streaming still or no? Is it streaming? How about now? It looks like it's encoding fine. Let me switch back to this and see. Nope. I have my own super glue. I don't need yours. Stream's crashing. Where did I put it? Here it is. Water, anything, it doesn't matter. I wish I had accelerant. No. How about now? Maybe? Good? Muy buena? You doing good? YouTube says we're doing good. There. I put the new tube in. Now I just gotta secure the fans in here. Okay, good. Good to know. That little thing figured out. You suck. Just restarted the stream again. We're running out. God, what is wrong with my internet? There we go. Alright. It's being wonky. Okay, so we need to do a new filament sensor cover on that new one. Alright, new filament sensor cover is in. PTFE tube prep. Alright, where's that tube? So here's the fittings. And here's the orange PTFE. Alright. PTFE tube. Take one fitting. Feel the tube snap in. Repeat on the other end. Done. Okay, so put the unit onto the frame with all of these tubes facing back there, and then we want it to be centered. There we go. All good? Good, good, good. Good, good, good there. Alright, cool. So we got that. Now this tube is going to go in here. Alright, and then this tube will go in here. I'm just going to lower the extruder a little bit to make it easier to put in. Alright, we're going to take our wrench and we're going to tighten it. These fittings in there. And tighten this in here. So I will be back in about 15-20 minutes. I gotta go get some food. Lunch break. Alright, there was our lunch break. I'm back. Let's finish this up. So if you didn't happen to notice, I have an external MOSFET connected to this printer because, well, some things did not go quite well with this. It didn't personally like me. My bed terminals kept melting, so external MOSFET was the answer. So let's get, what was I doing here? I got to, I need to take the top hinge off here. And I need to get the wires for the MMU connected. God, these PTFE tubes are so annoying. Can they all fit in here? Haha! Yeah, so the connector melted, and I just got sick and tired of replacing the connector over and over and over again. And there wasn't any more space for it. The connector burnt out so badly that there wasn't space for a new, whatchamacallit, I can't think of the word. There wasn't enough space to put on a new connector. It melted so badly. So I put an external MOSFET on also to take all of the current away from the board instead of soldering the wires directly to the back of the board, though technically I still did that. This is backwards. So I didn't solder it directly to the back of the board. Those thick gauge wires. I did these thin little wires for the MOSFET, and then the MOSFET is now controlling the heated bed. I've lost the function of the light on the bed when it's heating up, but I didn't really care for that to start off with, and I don't care now. Alright, so we need to cut the corner off of this. Alright, cool. Corner cut off. We're going to put this in here. So I just did the external MOSFET to take that current away from the bed connector so it doesn't keep melting. And it's worked fine since it's just screwed on to the side here, but like it's but that external MOSFET is working great wonders for me, and it's not arcing any of the connectors anymore, so that's great. Alright, so I think that's it. Connecting the electronics, Haribo, final check, spool holder assembly. Damn it. It's the worst part. Spool holders are the worst. Alright. Spool holder stuff. Spool holders. Alright, let's get some paper towels here. Gonna spritz down the towel with some IPA. And we're just going to gently clean the bottom of this. Let's just do all of them at once. Clean this, clean this, clean this, clean these. All these. Okay. Those are all cleaned. Got a little droplet on here. Sticking felt pads. Pair of 4 felt pads for each one. Alright. So it's in each corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so here is those little pads there. Alright. Let's pop out. Let's just pop out all of these. Pop, pop, pop. I'm very happy overall with the V1 to V2. I was thinking that, like, what could they possibly take from the first MMU to the new one, since I technically sold the first one to someone because I couldn't get it to work anymore. I sold that off to someone, but I'm willing to try with this one to get it to work now that I have another printer that I can sometimes just take a break from this and just experiment with that one. Also, technically, this isn't changing the machine in any way. I could just as easily disconnect it and stop using it. But we got these 4 felt pads on here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The assembly went really well, I gotta say. Can't you agree? It went really well. We got it in a good amount of time. It's 1:35. So all we need to do now is we need to finish putting together these spool holders, and then we are going to flash the firmware onto both boards, the printer and the board for the MMU. We'll get that all connected, ready to go, and then we will run our first print, hopefully, before I leave. I have to go to work at 4, so got some time. Alright, and last but not least, spool holder number 5. So we need this. So we got these little guys. All right. So it's just this and this. I'm just going to do it like this. So we got to pop this in here. Alright, this is going to be annoying. So these are just small little rubber things. They just like go in there. Now I probably, okay, I did one. Let's finish this too. Alright, so I did that. Let's just put 2 bearings on every single one of these. 2. 1 and 2. 1, 2. Alright, film guys. These are right here, and here are the fixins kit. Where is that annoying little, there it is. Assembling the filming guide. So we need one of these, probably 5 of these. Alright, so we need this. So we place it like this here. This L bracket will go with the screw facing like this, the filament going through there, like that. Which means we want it this. It's the only way you can screw it together. What's in this? What was in that bag? And the screws. Dang it. Pulley body. Spool holder. Spool holder. M3x12s and M3x10s. Okay, good. So we need one M3x12. That's going to get screwed right into here. There we go. So tighten it firmly, but the part should be able to rotate. rotates. Secure the leveler by using an M3x12. Alright, so that's this guy here, and that guy goes right. It's this guy here, and that guy goes right here. Tighten it firmly, but the part should be able to rotate. And it does, but it's not really firm in my opinion. So this is going to swing out here. This is going to swing out there. Alright. Okay, so this is going to be an example one. So this guy goes right here. Yes, no, maybe so? Yes, perfect. Like that. So here is our example. This should rotate freely. This should rotate freely. The filament is going to go through there, through there, through here. And then it's going to come out of there into here. And then it's going to go into the printer. Alright, so let's do all of these first. So we got to put the leveling arm on. That's moving freely. Another. And we screw that in right here. Okay, I don't want it so loose. I want it to be able to move. Alright, let's just call it there. Corner, bracket, this, like that. 3x12. Ooh, that's a little bit too tight. Perfect. Another 3x12. Right in there. In here. Screw it together. That looks good. Two more. I do not quite know what the other screws are for. There's M3x12s and there's M3x10s. And this uses just M3x10s, so I can't figure out what the rest of it's for. I guess we'll find out. Alright. little bit too tight. Actually, there. Alright, now I gotta do these. So it's bearing there, bearing here, and then bearing in here. Then we pop one of these in here, pop one of these in here. Do the same thing on this side. One there. And then one in there. Now this is supposed to turn this way. Alright, good. And then this is like this. This goes over here like that. Check, check, boom, boom, good. Spool holder number 2. Let's see spool holder number 3. And then last but not least, this one. Alright, so now it's time to make room for the printer. So I gotta move this. We gotta put those spool holders back as far as we possibly can from the printer, which is gonna be hard because this is not the biggest thing in the world, and there's 5 of them. I can't move it back any further than that, so that's just going to have to do. Alright, so what happens is this tube goes in here. Like that. And then a screw going in from the opposite side goes in, inclining down into it to hold the PTFE in place. We just want to make sure that filament can still get through easily. Smooth sailing in there. Alright. That's all good. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is going to be a problem. This thing is good. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Not enough room there. Probably is easier than setting up a mosaic panel. I wouldn't know. Alright, so we gotta get the power now. Oh, yeah, I have to do that too. So, that switch is connected to an Alexa device also, but it's also online, so I need to get into the online thing and turn it on. Give it power. Yeah, I gotta switch to it. Oh no, that's good. So, okay, are we all good now? I gotta flash the firmwares on this. So let's start with this one. Alright, so we're flashing the firmware on this, and then we need to do onto the MMU board. Now, instead of printing the bundled G codes, I'm going to print the bundled, the bundled STL files. I'm going to put that into the slicer and do it myself. Alright. So now that that's done, we're going to do this one. So we got to flash this one now. The newest firmware. So that's right here. Alright, connected. Configuration, flash printer firmware. Alright. Browse. So MMU board. Flash. That was easier. Okay, so I think it's ready. So let's go in here, take the SD card. What does it say I have to do first? Let's go to the guide. Safari. Okay. Before we load the filament, let's fire up the printer. Plug in the presenter, switch to on. Wait for the printer to finish initialization. Have a look at the top of the buttons. There are 3 buttons. Using the left button, press and hold. Move the selector all the way to the left. Okay, so it's all the way to the left. So that one's 1. So this is 1, 2, 3 in this order. So let's take this over, I guess. And we snip this end here. Let's get it perfect. Okay, so we snip that end. How much longer do I have to feed? Okay. So now it says we need to calibrate the bowing length. So it says open the either door so you can see the filament go in, really. Alright. Start with the printer turned off, okay? Okay, let's open this. Start with the printer turned off. Turn the printer on and wait until the selector completes its journey to the center of the lead screw. When the selector moves again, press and hold the middle button. Wait until all LEDs turn red. Neither.
You have to drop you off and pick you up?
Yeah.
I thought you had rides, you said.
No. What happened to I'll drop you off. It doesn't start until 4:15, and oh, we're leaving at 9 since we don't want to stay.
Oh, I thought you said you had rides, though.
No, I do have rides. I told them not to come.
Okay, I know that.
Come on,